Hey everyone, and welcome. This is going to be exciting today, right? We are doing the very first Better Social Media Career Fair. This is a joint collaboration between the nonprofit I'm with, All Tech is Human, and then also the great folks at New Public. So, New Public, All Tech is Human, we're going to hear from everyone here, plus 9 other organizations that are doing impactful work on improving our social media future and building the tech future that we want. My name is David Ryan Polgar. I'm the founder and director of All Tech is Human. Today, I'm going to be acting kind of as the MC, bouncing back and forth and then putting on speakers to give 3-minute overviews of their organizations, how you can get involved, and especially if they have roles that you can join or apply to. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to my colleague at All Tech is Human, Cate Gwin, who recently got hired by our organization, which is based in New York City with a global lens, global audience, as our program associate. And we're hiring actually another program associate. So Cate, welcome to the Better Social Media Career Fair.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm still recovering from being sick from a couple of weeks ago. As David had mentioned, my name is Cate Gwin, and I'm a program associate here at All Tech is Human. And I've been here for a little over 4 months now, and I'm excited to be able to connect with you all. Part of my role is community management and also development. So really making sure that you all are able to be a part of the larger responsible tech conversation. So looking forward to connecting with you all after this and continuing the discussion. And also happy to connect with people who are interested in applying for the program associate role that David had mentioned earlier.
Terrific. And that's what we're going to point out as well, is that we have a shared document that we're going to put in the chat as well that has all the organizations, their websites, their resources, how to get involved. But really just to stay on schedule, since we have 11 total organizations, I'm going to take you off screen, Cate, and I'm going to bring on Deepti from New Public, again, doing some excellent work around kind of a better social media future. Oops. Hello, Deepti. How are you doing?
I'm good, David. Good to see you here.
Same here.
And, you know, there's a few partners that we work with that we can call on a Tuesday and say, let's get something up on a Friday morning. And so really appreciate your partnership.
Yes, and it was just actually like a late Tuesday afternoon. I had a 4 a.m. actual media interview at the UK and then jumping on a plane to San Francisco. So it was a wild time. But I think as we talked about with like everything going on with Elon Musk and with Twitter, big discussion around like what kind of future do we want, right? Is that what you were thinking as well?
Yeah, and just all this energy around wanting to make things better and wanting to show people, not only show people, but really give people the opportunity to contribute to all these organizations that are already doing lots of stuff to make things better.
New Public obviously being one of the key ones, but I mean, I think that's where, like you and I, we had a recent conversation, and that's what I was kind of inspired by, is that we don't always need to reinvent the wheel, right? There's every day I'm encountering people who are just like doing some wonderful work, and as if we could like better connect all of these different groups into a network, I think that's something pretty powerful.
Well, I mean, that's what you guys are doing so well. And I think that was what we saw as an opportunity for today, is to bring all the organizations together that are already doing really great work here, help people channel their own energy and desires and dreams and aspirations to contribute to these missions. And yeah, again, really grateful for the 11 other organizations that joined us on really short notice also.
I'm going to guess we could do this again, right? Because there's so much energy, and that's what I'll say is like every day I'm talking to somebody who wants to join this kind of like responsible tech or better social media type of movement, and they're kind of saying like, all right, well, who do I talk to? Like, who's doing valuable work? Where can I get an internship? Where can I get an entry-level role? Where can I find mentorship? And this is where I think we have such almost an obligation as a community to kind of be a little bit more cohesive. But what I will say, which just really kind of leads me inspired and also optimistic. I hate to be optimistic in 2022, but I'm going to throw that out there. I'm an optimistic person because there's so much gratitude and so much goodwill in this community of people who will actually say, yeah, I'll get on the phone, I'll mentor you, I'll help you out. Because I think people in this space, they want to lift up other people.
I think that's exactly right. And it's really in that spirit that we organize today. It's not one organization or a few organizations that are going to do the work it is to create this better future. It's everybody. And so I do think that that spirit is alive in all the organizations it is that we work with.
They certainly are. So I imagine this is going to be the first of many. So without further ado, I'm going to just jump off screen, and then I'd love to hear more about New Public and how people can get involved.
Okay. And were you able? Great. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I was just going to say, did you want to share the jobs it is that All Tech is Human has first?
I can just quickly mention that, and I know I can mention that quickly at the wrap up as well, but we are hiring a program associate. You can find that, I believe that's going to be shared in the chat, and you can also find that in the shared document that all attendees, if you're registered, you'll see that in your calendar invite. But what we're really looking to do is a June 1st start in New York City, where our team is based in kind of Midtown Manhattan. And it's really looking for a knowledge management kind of individual, because really we're trying to piece together the people, organizations, and ideas. And we have a mentorship program, a job board, responsible tech guide, a Slack group now of about 3,000 people, really just kind of struggling to better manage that to be a little bit more impactful. So I think that's where we would love to have individuals who are watching this apply and get involved. We're a fun organization doing some hopefully, I would say, I'm biased, but important work in this space. So do apply if you're tuning in, and reach out to us on Slack as well, and let's be in touch. So I'm going to just jump off screen and then have you talk about New Public.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks, David. So as for New Public, just a few minutes on kind of what our organization is. We really believe that there's for-profit social media initiatives, building the spaces it is that can serve our democracy. And so just like we have parks and libraries in our lives that serve as these spaces of community building and cohesion, we believe that those spaces also need to exist in our digital lives. And we're really excited to be able to start building them with philanthropic funding, so that many of you know about Ethan Zuckerman's work and what he calls digital public infrastructure. And that's what we really want to begin to start building. And the last couple years, as many of you probably know, our work has been focused on research. That's the Civic Signals work it is that you can find on our website. And many of you also joined us for our festival last year. But now we're really launching a product studio to start building and experimenting with these spaces that, as I said earlier, are philanthropically funded. We're working on products for school-based communities, for caretakers around their children, for faith-based communities, to support people in their health and well-being, to support people develop better local connections in their neighborhood. And we're also beginning to think about DAOs and how they can be best designed as we enter this world of Web3. So there's a few roles it is that we're hiring for at New Public. One is our head of product. This would be somebody who has product management experience and is really excited about taking those technical skills and applying them to build these healthy digital public spaces. We're hiring a head of operations who would be really interested in building these like core processes for a startup organization, and particularly somebody who is thinking about the innovative financial models it is that could support these healthy digital public spaces. We think there's something in between the philanthropically funded ones and the privately funded ones that we need to innovate on. And then finally, a head of community to really think about how we build the broader ecosystem. And as David said earlier, really work together to create this field. So all of the details are on the website. We've also opened a few internships, one focused on research, a couple focused on design, one focused on communications, and then another one focused on operations, and would really love to see any of you who are interested in those apply as well. So thank you again, everybody, for being here, the other organizations it is that are pitching, all of you that are listening, and David and All Tech is Human for your partnership.
Well, thank you so much. This is great to hear this. I know we could talk for a long time, but we've got a very tight schedule. But find out more about how you can get involved with New Public and then some of their available positions. Deepti, I'm just going to take you off screen. All right, Callie, how's it going?
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing very well, but to keep pace, I'm just going to pop off screen and then have everyone learn a little bit more about Cyber Collective.
Absolutely. I'm ready to keep pace. If I'm going too fast, everybody in the chat, let me know. But it's good to meet all of you. And I'm happy to be here today to represent Cyber Collective. We are an organization that's dedicated to empowering people to think critically about their relationship with technology and inspire a more socially responsible future in the world of tech. So you can go check out our website at cybercollective.org to learn more, but we focus on 3 pillars, and that's bringing topics of data privacy, cybersecurity, and tech ethics to meet people where they're at, people who wouldn't normally be in these conversations, who have things to say, who have opinions, and who we want to really empower to give them more agency and autonomy over these topics and how they navigate their digital lives. We have, here I'm going to send the Cyber Collective in the chat. We have a few open positions right now that are paid part-time roles, one being our program coordinator. I'm going to send the link for that now as well. This person is really going to support our executive team. They're going to manage and support the communications that our executive team has with different partners or stakeholders within our day-to-day. And they're also going to help with coordinating our programs. So by the end of the year, we can achieve our goal of helping 1 million people feel more safe, secure, and confident in their online lives. We also have another role available. This one is for somebody who is a social media and really creative person. They have a background in social media. This role is our creative content manager. And we're looking for somebody to come in and really own the way that we present ourselves and our content and these topics online. We say within the job description, if you think in 15 to 30-second audio clips, if you feel like you're on the pulse with different trends of TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, you might be the right person for this role. So check that out. And you can go ahead and apply through the links that I shared. We ask people for their resumes and a written or video like introduction to who they are, but looking to fill somebody in within the next few weeks. So thank you for letting me speak.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on and then us learning a little bit more about Cyber Collective. Seems like an amazing organization to get involved with. I'm just going to pop you off screen and then we're going to bring on Zach. Hey, how's it going, Zach?
Hey, David. How are you doing?
Great seeing you. I know we saw each other in DC recently as well. Learned a lot more about accountable tech. So really curious to learn more and how people can get involved. I'm just going to pop off screen.
Amazing. Thanks so much, David. And really, All Tech is Human for all the work you do to bring together this community to fight to improve the future of tech. My name is Zach Price. I'm the digital director for Accountable Tech. I use he, him pronouns. We're a nonprofit that advocates for structural reforms to repair our information ecosystem and foster a healthier and more equitable democracy. In simpler terms, that means we advocate for ways to rein in big tech societal harms and monopoly power. I think it's increasingly clear that just a handful of companies run by a handful of billionaires are the ones making decisions about how information moves and flows around the world. And they're the ones increasingly responsible for the spread of extremism, disinformation, hate, and violence on and offline. It's a time where we need change, and we're doing what we can to fight for that change and the real accountability, transparency, and reform we need to ultimately rein in these big tech monopolies and secure a hopefully brighter and better future for our information ecosystem. I would say really quickly, as an organization, we advocate for like legislative, regulatory, and direct platform changes when it comes to really addressing the societal harms of big tech companies. We want to re-incentivize, recalibrate really the toxic business model that's responsible for why these companies have such incentives to spread so many bad things online. Right now, you can join us in the fight to hold big tech accountable by follow us on Twitter, shout out, at Accountable Tech. You can join our campaign to advocate for historic bipartisan antitrust legislation in Congress. That's at reininbigtech.com. You can also join our movement and coalition to advocate for an end to big tech's toxic business model, surveillance advertising, which is really at the heart of why these companies like Facebook and Google are so responsible for the spread of dark content online. And while I know this is a jobs fair, unfortunately, we only have one job opening right now, and that's for interns. We'll be hiring for paid summer interns as well as interns every season of the coming year. That's a great opportunity for folks who are either in education right now or wrapping up education and looking to just get a start in this space. Definitely encourage you to check that out. That can be found on our website at accountabletech.org. And the other big thing I like to really encourage folks to check out is those two coalitions I mentioned, the reininbigtech.org and bansurveillanceadvertising.org. Those are two amazing coalitions that bring together groups across the world that work on this issue area. So like definitely encourage perusing those lists of organizations because they're all terrific in so many different ways and a part of really this global growing movement that I know is being mobilized by so many groups, including All Tech is Human. So encourage checking those out and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you, Zach. And again, some incredible work being done by Accountable Tech. And I love how the name just is right on the nose, tells exactly what you do. And as we know from the news, you have a lot to do. So I'm just going to pop you off screen, and then we're going to bring on Aiden from Mobius. All right. Hello.
Hi, good to see you.
Same here. And then to allow you more time to talk about Mobius, I'm just going to pop off screen.
Great, thanks. Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm Aden Van Noppen. I'm the founder and co-director of an organization called Mobius, which is proud to be part of this ecosystem of folks trying to make tech better for all of us. So we are enabling a transition to what we call liberatory tech futures, which we define as paradigm shifting technology that supports all communities and people to have greater access to freedom, thriving, and their full aliveness. So we are a home for people who are creating technology, liberatory technology products, narratives, and systems, particularly focused on unlocking the visions of Black, Brown, Latinx, Indigenous, queer people, youth voices, and others who have the lived experience of the harms that are too often perpetuated by the dominant tech ecosystem. And so we do this by weaving together three pillars: community building, narrative change, and the articulation of what we call new tech foundations, which are underlying frameworks and values that can give rise to liberatory technology. And we're grounding this primarily in a liberatory technology fellowship, which I hope some of you will consider applying to. And that's going to launch in early 2023. And it will include financial resources, relational resources, well-being resources. And we're going to surround the fellows with a larger community of people who are enabling liberatory technology and what we call a wisdom council, which is people like scientists, spiritual teachers, artists, Afro and Indigenous futurists, young people who we believe need to be part of the conversation around the future of tech and are essential collaborators in the creation of liberatory technology. And so some opportunities that we have right now, we're actively looking for a social media support person. This would be a part-time job. somebody who can help us with our social media strategy, voice, and then also support us with actual posting. We're also looking for narrative partners. So this would be people who want to help to tell the story of paradigm shifting solutions. And that's both providing pathways for people in our community to tell their own stories and also laddering it up to a larger vision and North Star that we need. We're also looking for folks to join our emergent community that includes what we call regenerative investors. So these are investors who are wanting to support liberatory technologists and to do it in a non-extractive way. When we launch our pilot fellowship, we hope folks will apply, as I said, and look out for that application in the late summer. And then finally, early next year, we will be looking for a community manager, a narrative partner to come onto our team full time, and then also more liberatory technologists, people with real technical expertise to join our team too. And so you can find out more about us at our website, which I think might be in the chat, but it's mobi.us.org. And we hope that folks will reach out also to be part of the larger community that surrounds the fellows. So thanks so much. It's great to be part of this ecosystem.
Well, thank you so much for that presentation and ways that people can get involved. So because we're just trying to keep a tight time frame, we're just going to tap you off screen, but then everyone can just find out more ways to get involved right on our shared document. So let me just
Sounds great.
Take you off. Okay, now we are bringing on Annika. Hello, hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Wonderful to see you here. So I'm just going to pop off screen and then allow you to kind of present a little bit about ways that people can get involved and build a better social media future.
Sounds good. Hi, y'all. I am super excited to be here. So my name is Annika Hansteen-Izora. I use they, she, and he pronouns, and I'm the head of design across product and brand at Somewhere Good, which is a audio-based social media platform. And we launched 1 week ago. So we're really excited to be in this space. Somewhere Good was built by a team of Black, queer, Asian, and Latin folks. And we're really hoping to reimagine everything about social media and think about what would it mean to create a social platform that was created from a place of centering Black expression. And also, what does it look like to create a social platform that is thinking about how can we center care, how can we center discovery, and move away from the way that many social platforms are built that make people have to, in a way, create their own personal brand. And we want to think about what does it look like to design a social media platform that can feel like a kickback or taking a walk with someone online. Somewhere Good launched for US-based iOS users. There is no feed, there's no followers, there's no likes, and there's no advertisements. So we're just very excited to be in this space. In this moment, we don't have any open roles, but we will in the future, primarily on our UI design teams and brand design teams. But we're also thinking in the future about a care and conflict role. This would involve someone reimagining what moderation and safety can look like online. So, for example, how do you create a moderation system that doesn't feel carceral? Or what does it mean to report online harm that doesn't feel triggering for the person that's reporting that harm? And how can we create a system that is actually citing the creator of that knowledge rather than erasing one's footnote? So we're thinking a lot about archive and safety as well. And you can learn more about us at our website at somewheregood.com.
Terrific. That's wonderful. And like we said, when those roles become available, we'll also be posting them up on our Responsible Tech job board that we have in Slack group and elsewhere. And then also in that shared document that all attendees should be able to see. We're also going to share that online, find out ways to build a better tech future and to get involved. So thank you so much. I'm just going to pop you off screen. Okay, now we're just going to bring on another David J. from the Center for Humane Technology. David, wonderful to see you.
Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone who joined us here. So my name is David J. I use he, him pronouns. I am coming from the Center for Humane Technology. We're an organization that really came together out of concern about the insidious effects of persuasive technology and the social systems behind that technology. And we seek to help to educate policymakers and technologists and activists around the world to be able to make to drive systemic change, to align our technology with our humanity. And one of the most you may know us from we were close advisors and featured in the film The Social Dilemma. Our podcast, Your Undivided Attention, is one of the most popular in the technology podcast category, talking about a lot of these underlying issues. And I'm the thing that we're working on that we just launched that I'm incredibly excited about is our online course. You can find it at humanetech.com/course. And the open role that we will be posting soon is related to that course. So the course really walks through how to challenge the assumptions that are baked into product development that have led to many of the crises around mental health and democracy that we're seeing today tied to social media. And they point to a different, better direction that we can take. And there has been a tremendous response to that course. We have almost 9,000 people registered. On any given day, we have about 300 people, most of them actively working on product, who are engaging with the course content. And there is a tremendous opportunity tied to that community of technologists, tremendous opportunity to build out this course for more audiences, a tremendous opportunity to engage with people taking our course, build community among them, to reach out to employees who are taking the course from a given company and bring them together to have a conversation about how to transform the culture inside of their company. So we're looking for someone who has that passion for driving cultural change, who has direct experience managing product, who can come in to help us really make the most of the opportunity that we have of all of these people coming together to learn how to change the culture of how technology is built.
All right, David, that was quite amazing. I know, obviously, Center for Humane Technology has had some incredible growth, lots of ways to get involved. Like you said, listen to the podcast, do the course. I know a lot of people in our community have taken the course and really enjoyed that as well. So I'm just going to pop off screen, but everyone stay in touch with Center for Humane Technology and all the organizations here today. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring on Emily. We're having a lot of fun, aren't we? I am. Hey, Emily.
Hi, happy to be here.
Same here. I'm just going to pop off screen and then have you tell everyone about Reboot and ways to get involved.
Sounds good. Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm here with Reboot. Reboot is a publication and community reimagining techno-optimism for a better collective future. We believe that technology is part of a system, and to that end, we analyze tech in the context of the institutions and ideologies that it shapes and is shaped by. So we publish weekly newsletters that include book reviews, interviews, or essays. We host monthly Q&As with authors, and we run programming such as the Student Fellowship, book clubs, and also in-person events. You can subscribe to our newsletter and find a form to join our Discord server at joinreboot.org. Reboot also publishes Kernel Magazine, which is a print publication that provides a space for long-form writing and creative exploration on how to chart a path to the future and what role technology and technologists play in this. In our first issue, we published essays ranging from algorithmic identity to speculative fiction on dreams and bodies and computation. And you can read more or read these pieces at kernelmag.io. So I'm here today to share opportunities to join the Kernel team as an editor, designer, or web developer. And you can read more about each role and fill out the interest form at bit.ly/kernel-contributors. And we'll drop this link in the chat later. We also have a call for pitches out, open as of this morning. So we're seeking pitches for nonfiction, which you can submit at bit.ly/kernel-nonfiction. And we also have a submission portal for creative works such as fiction, short stories, poetry, and art at bit.ly/kernel-creative. And again, we'll drop all these links in the chat. So we're paying $200 to $300 per piece, depending on the length for nonfiction, and similar rates for fiction, poetry, and art submissions too. And more information about rates and other logistics are all in the Google form. If you have any questions, you can send me an email at emily@joinreboot.org. And then again, all the links will be in the chat below. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Emily. That was great. Some excellent ways. And as you mentioned, all the links are in the chat, but also in the shared document. And then just to remind everyone, you can find everything you need to know about Reboot and all the wonderful organizations here today in that shared document, and then in some of the follow-up that we're going to do, and then hopefully all the organizations, and then certainly New Public as well. So I'm just going to pop you off screen, and then we're going to bring on Mina. Hello, hello.
Hi, David. How are you? Hi, everybody. Super excited to be here today. My name is Mina Aslan. My pronouns are she, her. I am representing SecondMuse, the parent company of the program Headstream. And so just a little bit about SecondMuse. SecondMuse is a very creative investment and innovation agency that is really trying to address the problem of building new economies that are built off of human justice, integrity, and equity. And so what does that really mean? It means that so many of the existing systems that have been designed have not been designed to uphold Black, Brown, Indigenous, queer folks. And so our hope is that what does it really look like in a variety of different sectors and places to center community-led economic and social development in a variety of different sectors. And so we have programs spanning from our Headstream program, which I work on, which really is trying to build a new economy and system that builds digital spaces and social technology, ed tech, digital health tools that really center and uplift youth well-being. We have a variety of other programs, such as our Gender Equity and Tech program, which is primarily based in Chicago, which is really meant to accelerate women, femme, non-binary identifying folks to be able to escalate and accelerate their work in the tech sector to be truly inclusive and empowering. We also run a climate and tech program in New York City that is currently hiring right now. And so if you go into the link in the chat, I believe for secondmuse.com/careers, we are hiring programs for business development, which is based in Chicago. We are hiring folks to work on our capital team, which will really think about what does it mean to make a community-centered financial mechanism. We are looking for a program associate who will come on part-time. We are also looking for a senior associate to come on full-time to really help and assist that process. And in regards to Headstream specifically, the work that we are doing is really thinking about what does it mean to completely reimagine the way digital spaces are designed and uplift young people. And so if we understand the digital spaces mirror the physical world, how can we actually censor young people to be agents of change and actually designing the way that those technologies are made? And so right now we have launched our accelerator program, which is ongoing for application. So if you have a solution or a business that is actually trying to think about and radically reimagine the ways in which technology is designed to uplift young people, please apply for our accelerator program. You will receive a stipend of $40,000 to support you in capital non-dilutive funding, while also being able to receive a guide that will mentor you and create connections. You'll have a personalized advisory board with 2 youth advisors and 2 professional advisors that really fit your niche needs. And also you'll be part of a cohort of other really ethically minded people that are trying to think about this issue. In the next month, we will also be launching our Youth to Innovator Advisory Board program, which is a program for young people between the ages of 13 to 19 to actually be those youth advisors that will be assisting the entrepreneurs that are chosen to be in the accelerator program. And so this is an amazing opportunity for high school students, especially, or late middle school, early college students, to be able to work directly with an entrepreneur that is working in social technology, ed tech, digital health, but specifically want to empower and uplift and invest in queer, Black, and Brown youth. And so this comes with a $1,000 stipend. There will be 24 young people in this upcoming cohort, and that application will be launched in mid-May. So please keep an eye out for the Headstream website follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn if you haven't already. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to see all the ways to get involved.
Thank you so much. And again, always great to run into you. I know we're both in the New York area, so I'm just going to take you off screen. We're having a lot of fun. Thank you so much for all the activity that's going on with everyone tuning in, participating, and all these great participating orgs such as Headstream and SecondMuse. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring on Joe for our final presentation about Unfinished. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Good. Hey, David, how are you?
I'm doing very well. And you've got the hat. Where's my hat? I should have worn
Yes, the
my
hat says it all.
human hat. So I'm just going to jump off screen and let you tell everyone about some of the great work that Unfinished is doing.
Sounds great. Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Tropeano. I'm Senior Associate of Impact at Unfinished. My pronouns are he, him, his. I'm based in Brooklyn, and I've been working at Unfinished for the past 2 years, since the very beginning of a really exciting initiative called Project Liberty. And now Project Liberty is an effort to build a more equitable civic architecture for the next generation of the web with various components. There's a lab that actually makes the technology, the McCourt Institute, which handles questions of digital governance. And then, of course, as the hat says, Unfinished, which is the movement side of the effort. So we are a multidisciplinary community of impact organizations, including All Tech is Human, New Public, and Center for Humane Tech, who you've heard from. And we believe that the technologies that shape our society should strengthen democracy and advance a more just economy. So our network is an intentionally diverse group, and we work towards a thriving multiracial democracy and a just economy. We rely on multiple sectors and fields to reimagine technology, as we know it has such a large effect on these things. Right now, we're working on Unfinished Live, which is September 21st through 23rd at the Shed in New York City. It's a large event, what we're hoping to be a tentpole moment that'll bring technologists, journalists, thought leaders, artists, change makers together to imagine and craft civic solutions for our digital world together. And so I'm here to tell you about 3 exciting summer internships that we're currently hiring for. All are paid and all are remote, and they're related to Unfinished Live and the overall work of the Unfinished Network. I believe there will be a link in the chat. You can find these internships at unfinished.com/careers, but we're looking for a fundraising intern, an audience development intern, and an events and network intern. And I think all of these opportunities would be great for someone that's interested in the intersection of technology, public policy, program management. And of course, depending on each internship, you'll get to dig into the ins and outs of fundraising, audience development engagement, research, and events management. We also have a number of other jobs that we're hiring for, and you can see we're always updating our careers page at unfinished.com/careers. And I'll just say something that I've loved working at Unfinished now for the past 2 years is just learning from our incredible network of partners and the intentionally diverse group of people that we bring together. We just wrapped up a group of artists thinking about technology at the Venice Biennale, and I just love the arts integration. So yeah, please let me know if you have any questions, and it's been great sharing these opportunities.
Well, thank you, Joe. And then you know how sometimes an artist plays their last song and then everyone's cheering, and then they come back out and they do another one. That's actually what we're going to do. So I'm going to pop you off screen, but then follow the great work of Unfinished and then the upcoming Unfinished Live. And then we're going to bring on Rachel from Integrity Institute, which has been doing some incredible work. Hey, if you've been following the news, you've been probably talking about content moderation, integrity workers, trust and safety, big issue. So I'm just going to pop you off screen, and then I'm going to bring on Rachel. So you are going to take us home before the final close. But again, congrats on all the success that the Integrity Institute has had with really bringing together individuals to talk about this really important but also complex issue around integrity workers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, David. Thank you, everyone who's gathered this morning. So the Integrity Institute, we are integrityinstitute.org. Integrity Institute was founded mere months ago, publicly launched back in October of 2021, founded by 2 former members, a data scientist and a software engineer from Facebook's civic and integrity teams. So the Integrity Institute is a think tank, an independent think tank powered by a community of integrity professionals. And that's tech workers who have experience working for social media companies on platforms to mitigate the harms that can occur on and be caused by the social internet. So the Integrity Institute is made directly of the people who have fought misinformation and disinformation and hate speech and harassment and all of these numerous problems from the inside. So we are comprised of people who know how the social internet works and how these harms occur, and we know how platforms can be designed in more responsible ways that help individuals and societies and democracies thrive because we have done it. These are folks who know how to fix it because they were on the inside in precisely the right place. We are a membership community that is growing. So we now have 68 members who meet our high criteria requirements, which is at least 6 months on platform experience in integrity work. Folks have experience across 20 plus platforms. These are software engineers, heads of trust and safety, data scientists, designers, researchers, project managers, product managers, policy managers from platforms like Facebook and Meta, Instagram, YouTube, Clubhouse, TikTok, Quora, Grindr. We're looking at dating and gaming as part of the social internet. And so the Integrity Institute, even in its first few months of being out in the world, has had the chance to make a tangible and substantive impact on policy in the US and in the EU and abroad. We have worked closely with policymakers and legislators on content as sort of an honest broker of bringing forward the expertise that can help inform better legislative and regulatory decisions. We're also developing best practices for companies and platforms, both small and medium size and very large. We're working with academics, we're working with data scientists. We've been briefing journalists and members of the public discourse. And so the Integrity Institute is always open to new members. You can check out that website, which is integrityinstitute.org, to see our current list of public-facing fellows. These are members who are helping to build out the Institute's work in the world. And you can, as a member, apply to join and be invited into our Slack discussions and email listservs to be connected to other integrity professionals who are really joining together to be a voice for this work in the world and to connect the worlds of policy and regulation, actual company practice, and academic research and public discourse. Thanks so much for having us, David.
Well, thank you, Rachel. And again, incredibly important work and also really impactful and meaningful, but highly stressed. You know, I talk to a lot of people and it's a lot. You're really handling it. It is a lot. And that's why, you know, they talk about the wellness of the industry as well. But some great work from Integrity Institute. So do stay in touch with Rachel and others that are doing some really, really impactful work. I'm just going to pop you off screen. And now, Deepti, we are here for our closing. We made it.
We made it.
Where's our music? I feel like I've gone on some live streams lately and they end with some music or start with some music. I feel like maybe we need, now that we're doing this collaboration with New Public, All Tech is Human, I don't know, maybe it works like we could do some type of theme song. So if you've got any musical talent.
I think it's Beyonce's Formation that we need to end this with. Really what it feels like just so inspired by all the work it is that's happening here, and how, you know, I think that there have been moments in this week, and I'm sure for lots of the people watching over the last few months, the last few years of like stress, like Rachel just said, and despair. But I hope what the last half an hour, 45 minutes has like demonstrated to people is that there isn't a need for that, and you can channel all of your energy to contribute to making things better. And the only way it is that things are going to get better are if all of us like expand our imagination and put our skills and time and talent into making it better. And one of our goals, David, as you and I have been talking about in putting this together, was to give people that confidence and hope that there is, that there are careers it is that you can build doing this work, that there's community as you do this work. And yeah, and that it's fun and joyful, as you can tell,
It is fun.
The people it is that you met today. So thank you again for your partnership.
Well, no, thank you so much. And hopefully it's the first of many. And that's what kind of like inspires me, is just like, there's a lot of just, I don't know, there's a lot of inspiration because there's a lot of motivation to do better, because we're realizing like the future of social media is the future of democracy. It's the future of the human condition. Like, this isn't just fun and games. Like, we have fun, we can do some dance, but it's also really meaningful. So like, if people are looking to align their values and do something that is literally changing, I don't want to sound so large, but like changing the course of human history, because it is our democracy. We should be participating. It's our civic kind of engagement. So I would like to throw out a huge thank you for all the work that we did just in just such a short period of time. So thank you so much with New Public. Again, I'm David with All Tech is Human. Also like to thank Cyber Collective, Accountable Tech, Mobius, Somewhere Good, Center for Humane Technology, Reboot, Headstream, Integrity Institute, and Unfinished. You saw that I had to look down because we have so many organizations that want to get involved. And I know a bunch of other organizations reached out our way to maybe do future ones. So this could be the first of many, hopefully. So do stay in touch with all of us and then see ways that we can collaborate, because we're always looking to have a more connected future. So Deepti, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching and participating. We're going to close things down, but this is just the start to keep on building and to build a better social media future.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.